YouTube, what's good? Fade Nice Good back. I'm about to show y'all this little transformation I did on myself. That was the before and this is the after. I'm gonna show you how you could achieve this same look. I took the braids out, washed the hair, gave it a good wash, shampoo and condition, let it dry. I was looking bad, man. I was looking real bad. But I'm gonna get it together. I call this cut maybe like a Mohawk, Frohawk type cut, whatever you want to call it. I had braids up top and my size was lower, so I was trying to even it around because I got tired of the braids. So I wanted to do something to where I didn't have to chop everything off the top of my head. Start it off, put some water in it, pick it out. I put water in it because it makes the hair a little easier to work with, a little more manageable. I'm gonna try to show you step by step, in depth, every step of the way for this cut, so you too could do this yourself at the crib. Comb out the hair real good. We're gonna start the first guideline with my Andis outliners. I'm going right behind the ear, up over the ear like an arc to the temple, and I'm balding all that out. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Get all them hairs and make sure that line is nice and crisp, because this guideline is really much going to determine the shape of the rest of the haircut, this first bald guideline. And what you do to one side, you're going to do to the other. So same thing, starting behind the ear, making the arch to go up over the ear to the temple and bald it on out. Got it in fast speed so that it don't take up too much time. Starting with the clippers open. These are my wall seniors. I got them all the way open and I'm going up about 3/4 of an inch. I'm on my Apple headphones today. I'm not using my mic, so it might not be as crispy in quality as the last video. But either way, we're gonna get it done. Comb the hair out, always comb the hair out, check your work. Just making sure I got a nice good guideline. Now I'm going halfway and I'm going right up under that line I just made with the clippers open. I'm going right up under that with it halfway. The goal is to work that line out that I put in with the Andis T outliners. Now I got them closed. I'm just gonna bang that line out I made with the T outliners. And I'm just flicking that line. I'm not really digging. If you can see right here, I'm using just the corner of the clippers. You always want to use the corner when you're flicking that line out because you don't want to make a whole nother line. So take that corner and I'm just flicking at that line. You want to break it up so it's an illusion to where it was never even a line there in the first place. You can still see the line a little bit. So I'm taking the Andis outliners and I'm flicking it out. Just using the corner of the outliners too. I'm not using the whole blade, just the corner. You always want to remember that when you getting a line out, just use that corner. That's your best friend. So now I'm putting a 1. This is a 1 guard for the walls, all the way open. Whenever I put a new guard on, I usually start all the way open. So I'm going up again about 3/4 of an inch. And this is going up over the second guideline I made. And I'm following that same pattern, that very first arch I made with the T outliners. I'm following that same pattern. I'm going up about 3/4 of an inch. Comb that hair back down. Now I got my 1/16 guard, and I'm gonna get rid of the new line I just made, starting with it open. put a new guard on, I always start with open. That's just what I like to do and make the transition smooth. And I'm going right up under the line I made with the one guard. Right under it. I'm not going all the way up to it, right up under it. Comb the hair back down. Now I got the guard closed, and I'm going to tack that line in between the one guard line that I made and the blade open line that I made. So I'm just using a corner. Remember, when you got the guard closed or the blade closed and you're getting rid of a line, just use the corner. You're going to see when I turn around that I'm just using the corner of the blade. See, it's just a corner. I'm not digging too hard. You got to put a little pressure if the line is acting stubborn to come out. Put a little pressure, but I'm not digging too hard because you never want to make a new line. So keep using that corner. Just keep attacking them little hairs right at that line. Just flick them hairs away. Now I took the guard off because I was having more troubles with that line. So I took the guard off and I got the blade open. And I'm still just using the corner. You got to use your discretion when you're fading. If you're seeing hairs not getting cut, you know, go to a smaller guard, the one up under it, and open the blade up. And use your discretion. Everybody hair is different. Every fade gonna be different. So now I got my Speedo guard on there. It's a 3/16 guard. I got it closed. And I don't want to take my fade up too high. I think right now the guard is closed. I don't want to take it up too high, so use your discretion again when you see how high the hair is at the top. If you don't want to take that fade all the way up and you're running out of room, use your discretion on how high you go with each guideline. And when I'm fading, I like to get each line out step by step. I don't like to make 3 or 4 guidelines and then get all the lines out. I like to make one guideline, bang that line out, make a new guideline, bang that one out. And right here, I seen a little line that I could attack, so I put my one guard back on there, and I'm just gonna attack that line. When I'm cutting my hair, I like to take my time. Well, I take my time with everybody's hair, but it's no rush for me when I'm cutting my hair. I'm trying to get it perfect, so I'm getting every little hair because I know I ain't got nowhere to be. I ain't in no rush, so I could keep switching guards and attacking every little hair, so it could be perfect. Again, I'm going back down to the 1/16 guard. I got it open, and this is what I call cleanup work. When you see little hairs left over, little spots you could get, you just go clean it up. Don't keep moving on throughout the fade, and you still got hairs that need to be cleaned up and spots that need to be got out. See that fade looking real good. Now I got my 2 guards, putting it on my masters. Got the 2 guard closed, and I'm just going scooping up the hair. I'm not digging into it, I'm just scooping it up, starting to shape it out, making sure that fade transition real good. And I'm not really digging in the hair, I'm kind of just going up, scooping out. The fade part is pretty much almost done. Pick it out, make sure it look good. And I'm only going to show y'all one side because what you do on one side, you do the same thing on the other, same steps. So right here, I'm prepping the line up. I got my masters with a 1 guard on it closed. And I'm just kind of like tiger clawing them front hairs to lay them down. Getting the hair ready to line it up. And I'm hitting just them front hairs. I'm not going all the way into the afro part of the hair. Comb it out real good. Next, I take some holding spray. Just get some dollar store holding spray, and I spray it on the line to lock those hairs in place. It make the line look a lot crispier once you put the blade to it after you put a little holding spray on it and let it dry. When I line up, I start from the middle and I work my way out. So you start from the middle and go to the left, or start from the middle and go to the right. I'm just tapping the line, not really digging. My blades are modified. I got modified blades and a zero gap. I got a video on how to zero gap your blades on my page too. For the C shape, I like to follow the natural line, make it look good. So you make a nice little C shape. I'm doing the side box right now. And this is just still the beginning of the lining phase. I do a lot more, but it already look crispy just off of the, holding spray and line up. So right here, I'm doing a little more cleanup work. I'm flicking out the rest of that line. If you see any spots that need to be taken care of, please just attack them. Don't keep going on. I'm lining up the back. For this type of hairstyle, I wanted to bring the bottom of the back of the line. I wanted to bring it together, so I'll round it off the bottom of the left and I'll round it off the bottom of the right. And I brought them to a point in the middle. So here I'm just shaping up the hair. I had a lot of hair. Brought it down a little bit so it could look nice and neat. And I'm gonna hit it with the sponge afterwards. So this part was pretty difficult, shaping up the hair by yourself, but use your mirrors, take your time. I don't have a guard on there and the blade is closed. So if you're doing this, just be real careful. Right here, I put my 3 guard on, closed, and I'm going up trying to even out the back of that hair with the top part that's real long. It was like a little hump that you could see, and I want to make it look real even and intentional. So people should know that I had braids at the top. You can see I brought that back line up to a rounded part. Just rounded it off, made it look kind of dope. And the cut is coming along, still looking kind of crazy, but it's gonna look better once I sponge it and all that. So again, wet the hair. It's a little more manageable when you wet it. So I got a water bottle to spray it and sponge it. I go clockwise when I sponge my hair. Speeding it up so you ain't gotta sit through all that, but pretty much you don't gotta apply a lot of pressure. You just put it like right on the top of the hair, go clockwise or counterclockwise, whichever one works for you. But just make sure you go in one direction around the whole head. So after I did that, I do use enhancements if need be. You could see, or you could have seen on the front of my line, it was like some light spots on the side. I just like to fill those in. I use hair fibers. The color of the fibers is black. I know some people use dark brown, but yeah, these is black hair fibers. I'm not sponsored by nobody, but any beauty supply store, look online for hair fibers. It's a lot of good ones out there. They look real natural, After I hit it with the fibers, I go back over it with my T-out liners. Just tap it, make that line look real sharp. But at the same time, it look real natural. I see some people's lines, not no shade to nobody, but they be looking enhanced. It looks kind of fake, unnatural. I like to keep that line looking natural, yet at the same time looking real crispy. People shouldn't know, what I'm saying, that you got something on your line up or the type of enhancement in here. So now I'm gonna show y'all how to do the beard. If you're still watching, stick around. My beard was real full. I was looking like a caveman, so I decided to clean it up. I put a 3 guard on there, closed, and I'm just chopping this beard off. bringing it all the way down. My beard grow back pretty fast, so I wasn't really tripping. But I'm gonna just even it up all the way around the 3 guard. Want to make sure it's nice and even all the way around when you're doing a beard, when you're bringing a beard down. Comb it out real good. Right here I'm going to fade the beard so that it transition up into the fade real good. So I started with the T outliners, and now I got my blade open and then halfway and then close. Then I put my 1/16 open, close. It's pretty simple. 1 guard open, close. Just going up bigger guards, starting off open and then closing it. You see how easy that fade was. Sprayed a little holding spray on the beard, combed it out. Using T outliners through the back of the beard. I like to keep the beard full and straight up. Gotta get them angles, man, when you cutting your own hair. Find the right angle in the mirror so you can see everything. I keep my beard full. I don't like to go into it. I like to go right at the edge, the outline, clean it up. It's a little clipper over comb action for those long hairs. Fade on that beard look real good though. I'm going under the neckline. I'm still keeping it full. I'm rounding it off. I'm not going in the jawline. I like the beard to look real full. So right here, I'm going to enhance the beard. I did this specifically for the video. I normally don't do it. I used some Kiss Expressions mixed with a little water. Put it in a little cup or something, just a little bit of water so it ain't super dark and super like extra. Put it right on the jawline. I brush it in, comb it in so that it look real natural, and then I razor it. When you razor it, you want to pull the skin. I like to put air in the jaw, you know. Just razor it, pull the skin. Gotta be real careful when you're razoring yourself. Razoring that front line, the cut is pretty much complete at this point. Going back over with the clippers, you know, but as you can see, it came out dope. I'm no longer looking crazy, looking like, you know, a man off the streets. I'm looking a lot more presentable now, ready to take on the world. But this is a cut anybody could do at their crib, man. It really is.
So this is the final product. Came out good. I like it. Call it a Mohawk, Frohawk, whatever you want to call it, you know. I'll show you in some natural light. I'll look at some natural light, you know. I already like the bathroom lighting like that. See? So, it's a cut that can be executed on your own, at home if you got some time. Take your time, do it right, you know. And yeah, everything came out good. So thanks for watching. And we're gonna tune in again when I got more material for y'all. Yeah.